Multi-step transformations notes. So multi-step meaning we're gonna do either a transformation and then we're gonna combine it with a reflection or something. So it's two steps. So the first thing we're gonna think about is plotting our original and that's these coordinate pairs right here. So that is the original image, well, or original figure, we should say. Now, how I like to organize is two color pencils. So having my pencil, which is in kind of a gray or black, and then I'm going to do this reflection. So the directions are reflect in the x-axis and then rotate 180 degrees about the origin. So how I'm thinking about it is that this reflection is going to be my second colored pencil. So if you don't have colored pencils, why don't you pause and go grab them, and that'll help with this. And don't forget your highlighter. So, and reflect. So that's going to be our number one step, the first step. And then I'm going to use the second step for this rotate 180 degrees about the origin. So I'm going to label them so they just kind of helps me organize my thinking. So going back to my original, I'm going to plot those. -4, 2, 4, and 2, 4 is a positive. So that's J. K is -3, 4. So that's K. L is -1, 1. L. And M is -4, 1. So that's M. And then I'll connect my sides of my figure. And we've got a four-sided figure, quadrilateral. So now I'm going to do step one. So I'm going to grab my, wait a minute, before my colored pencil, I see that it's the reflecting. So I'm going to reflect in the x-axis. So I'm going to highlight my x-axis. And then go back to my colored pencil. So these are going to be reflected across. So M is 1 away, so 1 down. So that is M prime. J is 2, 4 away, so 1, 2, 3, 4 down, because I'm reflecting across that x-axis. So that's J prime. K is the more complicated one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4 down. K prime. And then L is 1 down or 1 up. So 1 down. So L prime. So now there is my coordinate pairs for my prime. So if I wanted to list them, I could list them here going, what was it starting? J prime, K prime, L prime, M prime. Get my structure in there. Now I can count my points. So J is -4, -4. Oh, so it's all in that fourth quadrant. No, not fourth quadrant. Third quadrant. 1, 2, 3 down here. So that means it's negative, negative. So that means all my x's are going to be negative because all the points are down there. And all my y's are also going to be negative. So now I just have to go find the exact numbers. So K is -3, -4. L is -1, -1. M is -4, -1. So now I'm going to go grab my other pencil and I'm going to actually highlight the word then. Well, underline it a lot, because what that then means, it says do reflect, then rotate. It's sort of like if you're sitting in math class and so you need to go to lunch. Well, you don't just go to lunch, you stand up, then walk to lunch. And so the stand, then walk is important, because if you stand, walk, it doesn't, like, don't do the walking first and then the standing. You stand first, number one, then you walk, which is the second thing you do. So reflect is the first thing we do, and then we rotate. So we take the image from the reflecting and that we rotate it. So we're going to take this image that's down here and rotate it 180 degrees. So that's 90 degrees, 180 degrees. So it's going to go in this first quadrant. It's going to end up over there. So we don't want to start here at the original one, because that would be only one. So it would drop down here and that would be looking weird. So what we want to do is first reflect it, then rotate it. So it's going to be up here. So I'm going to now take my paper, put my pencil right in the middle of the origin, the middle of the graph, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees, then 180 degrees. And so it's now this in the upper right quadrant number 1 now, is our image, our final image. So I'm going to list them. So it started with J, K. Now, wait a minute. If I use J prime, that's what these purple ones were. So now, because it's the second step, what we do is we use double prime. So that means it's the sort of the second step. So J double prime, K double prime, L double prime, M double prime. And then we'll put our coordinate pairs. And so now we're just kind of doing what we did with rotations. It's okay if it's upside down when we end up. So remember, this is now the up. So it's a positive in the first quadrant. So every number is going to be positive. So in our coordinate pairs, J is 4, 4. Both positive because it's in the first quadrant. K is 3, 4. L is 1, 1. And M is 4, 1. Now remember, we're going to take our paper, grab the top, and then shake it out. And there it is. Oh, wait a minute. We need to plot it now. This, though, is our final coordinate pair. So when it says up here, find the coordinates, we're going to find the coordinates of the final one. So notice I circled my answer, and these are the answers I would either put into the computer program that would ask for it, or on my answer line on my test, or on my answer line. But being that this is kind of a worksheet on a graph, I'm just going to circle it and leave it there. So now I'm going to plot them, though. So J is 4, 4. So 2, 4, 2, 4. Remember, we're going to label it as we do it. So remember, this is a double prime. K double prime is 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 4. K double prime. L is 1, 1. double prime, and M is 4, 1, M double prime. Wait a minute, I went 5. That should be a right angle. So what happens sometimes is I was kind of like sort of counting, but I was thinking about the next thing I was going to say. So I'm going to go back and do a little corrections. And that's one thing we can do is we can hold it out a little ways from our kind of eye instead of being so close to it. And we can see, are they all the same shape? And they are. Sometimes if we plot a point in a little different spot, we can go, hey, that doesn't look like the others. It doesn't look exactly like it. So that is a multi-step transformation. We're doing 2 of them, but kind of at 1 step was the reflection here, and 2 step was the rotation. And so this red one is our final coordinates that we circled in our answer.